Lesson 11 for March 7 to 13, From Battle to Victory, read by Dr. Percy Harrold. Tuesday, March 10, Touched by an Angel. Question, read Daniel chapter 10, verses 10 to 19. What happens each time an angel touches Daniel? Daniel 10, beginning at verse 10. Suddenly a hand touched me, which made me tremble on my knees and on the palms of my hands. And he said to me, O Daniel, man greatly beloved, understand the words that I speak to you, and stand upright, for I have now been sent to you. While he was speaking this word to me, I stood trembling. Then he said to me, Do not fear, Daniel, for from the first day that you set your heart to understand and to humble yourself before your God, your words were heard, and I have come because of your words. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstands me 21 days. And behold, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, for I had been left alone there with the kings of Persia. Now I have come to make you understand what will happen to your people in the latter days, for the vision refers to many days yet to come. When he had spoken such words to me, I turned my face toward the ground and became speechless. And suddenly one having the likeness of the sons of men touched my lips. Then I opened my mouth and spoke, saying to him who spoke to me, My Lord, because of the vision my sorrows have overwhelmed me, and I have retained no strength. For how can this servant of my Lord talk with you, my Lord? As for me, no strength remains in me now, nor is any breath left in me. Then again, the one having the likeness of a man touched me and strengthened me, and he said, O man greatly beloved, fear not. Peace be to you. Be strong, yes, be strong. So, when he spoke to me, I was strengthened, and he said, Let my Lord speak, for you have strengthened me. Overwhelmed with the radiance of a divine light, the prophet falls. Then an angel appears to touch him and comfort him. As we read the narrative, notice that the angel touches Daniel 3 times. The first touch enables the prophet to stand and hear the words of comfort coming from heaven. As in verse 12, Do not fear, Daniel, for from the first day that you set your heart to understand and to humble yourself before your God, your words were heard, and I have come because of your words. Daniel's prayer has moved the heavens. For us, this comes as an assurance that God hears our prayers, which is a great comfort in times of trouble. The second touch enables Daniel to speak. The prophet pours out his words before the Lord, expressing his feelings of fear and emotion. My Lord, he says in verses 16 and 17, because of the vision my sorrows have overwhelmed me, and I have retained no strength. For how can this servant of my Lord talk with you, my Lord? As for me, no strength remains in me now, nor is any breath left in me. So, does God not only speak to us? He wants us to open our mouths so that we can tell him about our feelings, needs, and aspirations. The third touch brings him strength. As Daniel recognizes his inadequacy, the angel touches him and comforts him with God's peace, as we read in verse 19, O man greatly beloved, fear not. Peace be to you, be strong, yes, be strong. Remember that the angel has been sent to Daniel in response to his prayers, in order to give him insight and understanding. In other words, the vision that follows in chapter 11 will be one that is intended to encourage Daniel in response to his mourning and meditation over the present situation in Jerusalem. With God on our side, then, we can have peace even as we face affliction. His loving touch enables us to look into the future with hope. And so to finish today, Ellen White writes in The Desire of Ages, page 48, To us in the common walks of life, heaven may be very near. End of quote. How often do you think about just how closely tied heaven and earth are? How might you live differently if you always kept this truth alive in your heart and mind? This lesson was read by Dr. Percy Harrold for Christian Services for the Blind and Hearing Impaired, Christian Record Services for the Blind, the Sabbath School Department and Hope Channel. You can also listen on the official Sabbath School 4 app and the Apple iTunes app, Sabbath School with Percy Harrold. Remember, God is always faithful.